More beef jerky. Painkillers. Big Book of Explosives, 1923 edition. Chapter 1.3, Black Match Fuse. The black match fuse is one of the oldest, simplest, and most reliable fuses used in modern pyrotechnics. It's easy to create, essentially consisting of just string and gunpowder. But be warned, the chemicals concerned will stain clothing, and as always, due concern is advised. Materials required: string, preferably cotton, black gunpowder, backstrin? Yeah, backstrin it looks like. String should be coated in a thin layer of backstrin, which acts as an adhesive. The string is carefully rolled in the gunpowder and left to dry at least a couple of minutes before use. Dynamite. Invented by Alfred Noble in 1866, dynamite is commonly used in construction, mining, and demolition. It has proved far safer to handle than alternatives such as pure nitroglycerin provided. That is, it has been properly stored. Over time, the explosive component of dynamite, supposedly made safe by the presence of a diatomaceous, whatever that word is, earth, has a tendency to weep, making an old box of explosives liable to detonate on contact. Materials required: 1 part diatomaceous earth, 3 parts nitroglycerin, small amount of sodium carbonate. Text is unreadable and then simply form into short sticks and wrap in paper. TNT. TNT was first discovered in 1863 by a German chemist, Joseph Wilbrand, but it took some years before it yielded its true potential. This was because of the difficulty of making it explode and the lesser detonation in comparison to dynamite. The main advantage was discovered by the German Navy, who employed TNT relative explosive stability in order to cause massive damage to British warships. Their torpedoes could be detonated inside the ship's armor rather than exploding on contact, as did other shells. Armstrong's Mixture. Armstrong's Mixture is included in this book as more of a point of interest than a viable chemical mix. Formula exists as somewhat of a legend in modern pyrotechnics, referenced by those knowledgeable enough to stay away from it, as death mix. Its incredible volatility makes it unsuitable for almost all potential applicants. It is required: red phosphorus, barium. This mixture can be carefully and slowly mixed to minimize risk to the chemist. Sulfur can substitute for some or all of to slight decreased sensitivity. To-do list. Backstrin. Please be no wolf over here. Thank you. Okay. think this way. What do I do? Back to storage, I guess? Where's the wolf? I hear it, but I can't see it. Why won't this door open? Aha! What the? What the? Let's go left. Dead end. What the? Day 1. I begin this record still in the hope that great work we have undertaken here might one day be of scientific value. Despite the chaos which has ensued in the 6 hours previous, my aim is to remain secure until what help there may be arise. And to that end I have barricaded myself into a small workshop area in the abandoned part of the mine. I hope that the meager food rations here will keep me alive, and that those I hide from will not jeopardize that. Perhaps this mine really is cursed. It's almost precisely 30 years since the incident that brought us here, and now, 30 years on, fate has struck again. Day 3. I forecasted that today the rescue crews would arrive, but I can only hypothesize that they would be unaware of my location, and hence busy themselves evacuating the other survivors. If they have not arrived by tomorrow, I will go out in search of them. Day 6. My first mistake was to make assumptions on the matter of rescue. My second mistake was to make assumptions on the safety of this mine. My third mistake was to act on both those assumptions in going outside of my safe haven. My best estimate is that I've left the workshop where I was secured about 2 days ago in search of aid and have only found danger. I approached the old living quarters, but curiously could find no sign of life whatsoever. I returned in what I thought was the direction from which I had come, but soon found myself in an unfamiliar locale. Confused, but focused, I attempted to make my way home, but found myself threatened by some species of feral creature, which seemed to have made this old mine its home. Although the specimen bore significant interest to me, I chose to retreat only to find myself outmaneuvered and outnumbered by the beast. I turned and ran, injuring my ankle in the process, which I believe now is most likely a sprain rather than a fracture. For some time I cowered and fled into the dark, but a few hours ago I discovered a door leading to a smaller, disused part of the mine, the key for which I still have in my pocket. Within that area I discovered the storeroom, and I think it should keep me safe for the time. This place is a maze. My lesson learned, I will not venture out again until I am certain the area is safe. Day 19. Rescue seems increasingly unrealistic. Supplies diminishing. Lots of spiders in this place. I do not like spiders. Day 34. I caught one of the accursed 8-legged beasts nestling in my open mouth when I woke up this morning. In my surprise, I swallowed it. It's not so much the act of swallowing which concerns me, but the genus arachnid. It would be unlikely that a cave-dwelling spider would be venomous to any significant degree, but the possibility troubles me all the same. Day 35. Any known venom would have affected me by now, and so today is the first minor cause of first celebration I have had since the incident. But like a coincidence, this revelation also means I have discovered a virtually inexhaustible supply of nutrition. I intend to venture into the basement beneath this storeroom, in the name of science, to discover more about these creatures' natural habitat. Day 50. For 4 days now I have been surviving solely off the quite considerable sustenance provided by the spiders. For some time I have struggled to gather enough of the crunchy little morsels. However, luck smiled on me once more when the batteries of my torch died, and I made a second life-saving finding. The creature's natural habitat is the dark. With my light now diminished, I need only lie still for a few minutes, and I will have attracted enough beasts for a rather hearty meal. Day 71. My earlier assumptions on the benign nature of my cellmates may have been made in error. After a careful autopsy, I am concerned that there may be a small volume of natural chemicals stored in the stomach which, if ingested regularly over a period of time, may become psychotropic or even lethal. My only real chance is to break out of here and raid any such supplies I can find. However, the evidence against such a move is insurmountable. 1. I have no source of light. 2. I've sworn myself I wouldn't leave until I heard human voices outside. 3. The spiders are so tasty. Day 100. From the marks I have been making on the walls and my scribbled diary entries, which in the dark may amount to an illegible scrawl, today is the 100th day of my new life. For the past month my edible friends have become more and more aggressive and have swelled in number and size. Whether or not this is a result of my plundering of their ecosystem, I am unsure. However, at this rate of growth, they will soon be too large to crawl through the gaps in the walls. For all I know, I could be seeing only the tip of the iceberg. If all fails, I am never recovered. I hope at least that my study of, and indeed involvement with, these fascinating creatures will one day be regarded as an important